Namaste everyone and welcome to Supergrads Cat. Now this is an extremely important session if you think you're going to appear in any of the stages for admission to any of the top business schools in the country. This is a step-by-step guide to build profile for top B schools in the country. And without wasting any more time, let's straight away jump into what are the important pointers that you can keep in mind to build a really strong profile when it comes to your MBA admissions. So the first part that I'll take up is why does your profile matter? I mean, you have already written a particular exam, you've cleared it, you're now into the next stage of the admission process. Why does this particular profile matter? The importance of profile lies that this is the first impression for B schools. So remember, almost all the top B schools will ask you to submit a typical profile based form, which is also called as a CV form. You'll input certain informations, and believe me, this will be extremely crucial because when you appear for the interview, they will be meeting you probably for the second time. You might say, sir, हम तो पहले कभी नहीं मिले, प्रोफेसर तो शायद हमको पहली बार देखेंगे. No, your CV form and profile reaches them much before you actually appear for the physical interview, and therefore they would have created a basic image of what kind of person you are. And believe me, as they say, first impression really creates a last impression, and pretty much that human bias comes into picture when they've seen a candidate with a strong profile. But then again, what else? Helps differentiates you from thousands of different applicants. So if you have a profile that is different from the rest of the crowd, that speaks volumes about who or what kind of person you are, it will create a huge impact. And finally, because the admission process is holistic is one of the favorite terms in the management jargon. So I thought कि I should also fit in this word holistic. Sometimes बहुत ज़्यादा मीम्स भी बन जाती हैं होलिस्टिक और कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव 360 डिग्री अप्रोच के ऊपर, बट डजेंट मैटर बिकॉज द एंटायर एडमिशन प्रोसेस फॉर IIMs is very holistic. They will want to look at your profile and not just your CAT written score. So that was a part of importance. If we move ahead, what is it that top B schools look for? So one very important part is academic consistency. Now I've met hundreds and hundreds of students who have said कि सर हमारे academics में स्कोर कम है, इससे IIMs या टॉप बी स्कूल्स को क्या लेना देना, हमारे 10th में कम है, सपोज किसी के 12th में कम है, किसी की कॉम्बिनेशन में कम है, किसी के ग्रेजुएशन में स्कोर अच्छा नहीं है, किसी की बैक लगी हुई है किसी सब्जेक्ट में, इंजीनियरिंग में, अदरवाइज. Why is this so important? Now, one question that I want to understand from you, and I want you to be very honest while answering this. As a student during your school days, as a student during your graduation days, what was your primary responsibility? आपने स्कूल अगर ज्वाइन करा है, कॉलेज को ज्वाइन करा है, बीबीए बीकॉम इंजीनियरिंग, तो उस स्कूल कॉलेज की प्राइमरी एक्सपेक्टेशन आपसे क्या है? आपकी उस स्कूल में रहते हुए 10th क्लास में, 12th क्लास में आपका प्राइमरी ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? इज योर प्राइमरी ऑब्जेक्टिव टू प्ले बैडमिंटन एट द नेशनल लेवल? Is your primary objective to develop a hobby of playing Counter Strike? What is your primary objective there? So understand the primary role or objective that you had while you were in your education in school or college was to be academically good. They are offering a particular course, you were expected to outperform in that course, and that is the same expectation that MBA schools will have. They'll expect that once you join the B school, you will at least be sincere enough to learn what they are offering in terms of training and teaching. तो एकेडमिक कंसिस्टेंसी चेक करने का कोई और तरीका नहीं है एक्सेप्ट दिस पार्ट that they will want to see what were the 10th class course, 12th class course, graduation course. I hope this is clear. So that is one thing that they look for. Then work experience and leadership, because tomorrow you'll get into a management domain. They'll obviously want to see whether you have that maturity and clarity of thought to take decisions in difficult situations. If you haven't understood the statement, push the back button and revisit this sentence again. So they want people with some kind of work experience, or if even if you're a fresher, they'll want to see whether you've taken up some leadership roles or not. Then comes the part of extracurricular achievements. Now, although I have emphasized this enough that primarily they'll want to see academic consistency, but because the competition is huge, suppose there are 5 candidates who are academically brilliant. Now, they only have seat for one. What should they do? They will then see कि अच्छा academically these people are at par. Are there other qualities that can add value to his candidature? For example, leadership, for example, extracurricular activity. So this is a secondary thing. primary thing is academic consistency or your ability to justify. Now, some students may feel, sir, marks come hai. Marks come hai. Please understand, marks will never be a reflection always of academic consistency in terms of belief. बट दे विल आस्क क्वेश्चंस। तो आपका 90+% आया है ग्रेजुएशन में, या सीजीपीए 8.5 प्लस है ग्रेजुएशन में, 10 12th में 90 प्लस है, तो दे विल नॉट बिलीव इट ऑन फेस वैल्यू, दे विल आस्क क्वेश्चंस to check whether you justify those scores, and vice versa is true. तो अगर आपके scores खराब भी हैं, but if you are preparing well and are able to justify that you have learned the concept well, you were sincere enough to understand the core concepts. It was not just the case कि marks कम आ गए और आता भी नहीं है. It was just the case कि marks कम आ गए पर आता तो है. So that is still a life savior for you. Then over and above that, have you done something extra? So are you someone who is able to manage time and dedicate time apart from your primary responsibilities and manage things of that nature? Finally, diversity of thought and background. Your thought process is extremely important, and it's very important when you meet a stranger as well. Imagine you're meeting someone for the first time, be it a client, a customer, an employee, your reporting manager. It could be some subordinates, it could be family, friends, relatives. Believe me, you make opinions on the first meeting itself. यार ये बंदा अच्छा लगा, यार ये बंदा अच्छा नहीं लगा, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, यार समझ में नहीं आ रहा बंदा कैसा है. Either of the three, either you'll make a decision से अच्छा बंदा है, or you'll say यार बंदे मजा नहीं आया, या फिर आप बोलोगे कि यार समझ ही नहीं आया कैसा बंदा है, अभी और मिलना पड़ेगा. एंड दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इंटरव्यू पैनल माइट हैव व्हेन इट कम्स टू योर थॉट प्रोसेस. अगर आपका थॉट प्रोसेस बहुत सही है, जिस तरह के आंसर्स आप देते हो, बिलीव मी, you'll be able to make the right impression. So बढ़ते हैं आगे. Next, academics में please build a strong foundation. So maintain a high CGPA, target 7.5 plus. Why am I sharing this? A lot of you will say, sir, ये तो सब हो गया, अब इसमें कुछ change नहीं कर सकते हम. So this is for people who would be appearing for CAT 2025 or next year and year after that. So अगर आपके हाथ में अभी भी आपका CGPA है, तो target 7.5 plus and ideally 75% plus. But this 65% I've written for other streams, in the sense there are some streams जहाँ पे marks मिलना बहुत बड़ा challenge है, तो मिलते ही नहीं है. यू कैन बी द कॉलेज टॉपर और द यूनिवर्सिटी गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट, बट आपका परसेंटेज 71 होगा, दैट्स ओके. बट दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव रिटन मार्क्स 65%. बट इफ यू फील आपके कॉलेज यूनिवर्सिटी में 75 85 90 तक ग्रेजुएशन में मार्क्स मिलते हैं, प्लीज ट्राई एंड गेट दैट. सो दैट इज द आइडिया. हाईलाइट की प्रोजेक्ट्स और डिसर्टेशंस. इंजीनियरिंग में आपका की रोल इंजीनियर का था, तो शोकेस दैट यू कुड आल्सो हैव बीन अ वेरी गुड इंजीनियर. Never ever have this thought process, because I could not do engineering well, I have taken MBA. It should never be an excuse कि यार engineering तो मुझसे हुई नहीं. Interest नहीं होना is different. But once I had taken up engineering, I did that part really well, and now I'm shifting to management wala part. Take up relevant certificates from LinkedIn Learning, Coursera, Udemy, Google certifications, and number of different. There are free courses of IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, and stuff like that. You can take up free certification courses that can add value. Now, what are the interesting examples that you can quote? So, completed a certification in data analytics leading to a 20% improvement in project efficiency. तो ये आपने सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स ही नहीं करा, इसका कहीं प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन भी करा, एंड देन यू कैन एलैबोरेट. I haven't written that because this is just an example, but you can write this particular part that I worked for so and so as an intern, applied the concepts of data analytics and reduced their particular lead time or increase the efficiency by so and so percentage. Conducted a final year project on renewable energy solutions, recognized as one of the top 5 projects in the department. Always quantify your examples. So जब आप इस तरह के typical pointers बोलोगे, it is always good to quantify. Look at the quantification. 20% improvement in efficiency. Renewable energy पे top 5 projects in the department. Published a research paper in international journal, receiving 200 plus citations. So these are things that you need to use so that your profile stands out. It looks very attractive. Okay? Then, so once we move on from academics, experience make quality matters much more than quantity. So a lot of people have said, sir, I have 36 months of work experience. You have 24 months of work experience, so I'll definitely get an advantage. No, boss. The objective marks you have already got. वो advantage आपको मिल चुका है. But in the interview, number of months will not be an advantage. Understand this part plain and clear. You will only be evaluated on the justification that you are able to give. Do you actually present maturity and clarity of thought like that of a 24 months work experience guy? or a 36 months experience guy, you need to showcase that you have actually had that genuine experience, and therefore you need to highlight impactful roles which involve leadership, innovative projects, or measurable contributions. Use STAR method. It's a very, very useful method to highlight achievements. What was the situation? What was the task? What actions did you take? And what was finally the result? STAR method is a very good framework that you can use otherwise as well. Showcase internships if you're a fresher. If you're a fresher, you can highlight and showcase internships and share those learnings and outcomes. Again, use the STAR method. Examples: automated a process saving 20% of operational time for an IT services company, led a team of 10 interns at a startup to successfully launch a new product within a 3-month timeline. These are some quantifiable pointers that you can use with regards to your work experience. Always highlight the results, the execution. It's always said that people will want you in their college or company or any place else if you are someone who can get things done. Remember these three golden words. If you want to get selected anywhere in life, learn to develop the skill of getting things done. तो अगर आप ये highlight कर पाओ that you are someone who can get things done, believe me, your profile will stand out. Then, if you move ahead, extracurriculars showcase your passion. So, pointers could be focus on leadership roles like you were the club president in college, you were an event organizer, and so on. Demonstrate consistency. So, if you have been able to, let's say, learn Kathak over a period of 4 or 5 years, or you have practiced karate, or something that you have taken up and you have not let it go, that I did it for 2 months and then left it. So, example, 3 years as a football team member regularly in college. 3 साल आप फुटबॉल की टीम में थे, है ना? So consistency in extracurriculars is also a big pointer that you can look. Example, organized a state level dance fest with 500 plus participants, managing a budget of 2 lakh or 2 million or whatever. Volunteered for an NGO teaching 50 underprivileged children over a year, achieving an 80% improvement in literacy rates. इस तरह के अगर आप quantifiable numbers use कर पाते हो, believe me, it will help your profile stand out. Moving ahead, certifications which are industry ready skills, extremely important. If you can add such certifications, for example, choose certifications that align with your target MBA specialization. So if you feel that I have an interest in finance, maybe do a certification from NISM, maybe appear for CFA level 1. If you have already appeared for CFA level 1, start preparing for CFA level 2, even writing this in your CV that going to appear for CFA level 2 in June is good enough for them to understand that you're serious about your career in finance. So finance related certifications कर लें अगर आपका finance में interest है, marketing related interest है, marketing related certifications कर लें. If you are keen on general management, you can pick up a certification in finance, pick up a certification in marketing, do some course on statistics, Excel, PowerPoint, and stuff like that, which will highlight that you have done something to make sure that your profile gets aligned. So completed a digital marketing certification, increasing blogs SEO ranking by this much percent. Earned a Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certification, reducing operational inefficiencies by 15%. Use such quantifiable pointers. Don't just write completed this certification. हो गया गलती से वो सर्टिफिकेट. इनफैक्ट बहुत सारे कोर्सेज तो ऐसे हैं कि अगर आप वो वीडियोस का रन टाइम आगे बढ़ाकर कर दोगे तो वो सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाता है. They're not interested in completion of certificate. They're interested in this. Are you able to drive results? That's the key point. So, बढ़ते हैं आगे. Next is highlight contribution to society. So, joining NGO or community groups can be something. Organizing or participation in blood donation drives, this can be a good add-on to your profile. So, examples include led a crowdfunding campaign for education, raising 50,000 to support underprivileged children. Now, these are things that if you can add to your profile, nothing like it. I'm not saying create those things out of nowhere. Just think, a lot of times you don't tend to think enough to identify, "Arey, this is something that I was a part of." And good that I saw this video and I'm now able to recall that I could add such things in my profile. Train 20 rural women in digital literacy, resulting in 15 of them securing entry level jobs. So this can be a fabulous, fabulous achievement contributing to society. Then networking and recommendations. So build connections with professors, mentors, so that they can share strong recommendation for you. Preferably when it comes to recommendations, college professors are advisable because you would have interacted with them at a greater level while completing a college project or assignment or something on those lines, and they have uh, identified you as someone with good potential. So they'll be able to write a very natural, genuine, and honest recommendation as far as your personality is concerned. LinkedIn profile, make it professional and active. So a lot of times candidates who are MBA aspirants don't spend enough time on LinkedIn. My strong advice will be that please use LinkedIn very actively, be very professional. For example, follow people that can advise you in the right manner, get connected to those people. This will be a game changer. Believe me, LinkedIn today is the number one portal. LinkedIn today is the number one portal for job references, for college admittance, for switching jobs. It's the number one go-to portal to understand the person. So be active on LinkedIn. I'm there on LinkedIn. You can follow me, and make sure that typically you use LinkedIn to the best of your abilities. A lot of questions in interviews tend to get asked from the content that gets highlighted on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn also becomes a very good news source, just like Twitter is, where you want to quickly understand what is happening, which are the prime things which are getting attention. So LinkedIn can be a good source for that. Example, secured an internship by connecting with 5 alumni on LinkedIn and showcasing relevant skills, or received a glowing recommendation from a professor after excelling in research project. So these are things that can stand out if you have a good LinkedIn profile. Diversity, try and figure out some things that are unique to you. So maybe you have a rural background. You have stayed in a village for close to 2 years during your childhood. Maybe your father had a transferable job. So you have therefore lived in 10 different locations. These are perspectives unique to you. Not everybody lives in 10 different cities by the time they are 20 years old. So understand, identify what is it that is unique in your profile. There are some people who are so passionate about cartoons that they can mention this, that they have studied any and every kind of cartoon series is available on the internet. So this is a very interesting thing unique about you. Engineers can highlight leadership and communication skills. Arts commerce students can focus on analytical and decision making skills. Showcase your unique achievements. So आपका background, आपका family environment, there are different things unique to each individual. Spend a lot of time trying to understand what is it that you can highlight. Examples, manage a clinic serving 50 patients daily while completing a degree in dentistry, demonstrating multitasking and leadership. Or founded a college entrepreneurship cell, mentoring 5 teams to develop business models, 2 of which received seed funding. So anything that is unique to you that you feel कि ये कुछ अलग हटके करा है, that can be a great source of highlight. Statement of purpose. I'm not sharing a lot of time because I've already recorded a very important video on statement of purpose on the same channel. You can go and watch that video. So statement of purpose related content I'm skipping. Then finally, hobbies can be an X factor. Showcase hobbies that align with B school culture, but not necessarily always. Think of it this way कि अगर आपकी genuine hobby है, it can be watching TV series, it can be playing online games, it can be games like chess, poker, it can be playing different card games, it can be anything that genuinely energizes you, and you typically feel that this is something that you do in your free time and refreshes you. You're able to focus back on work again with a lot more energy and intensity. All that is fine, except maybe an activity like sleeping. So a lot of people just for fun say, sir, सोना बहुत अच्छा लगता है, जैसे ही फ्री टाइम मिलता है मैं सो जाता हूँ. तो कैन आई राइट स्लीपिंग एज अ हॉबी? तो ऑब्वियसली स्लीपिंग एज अ हॉबी आप नहीं लिख सकते, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट मेडिटेशन, योगा, running, jogging, gym, watching TV, playing games, reading books, collecting stamps, collecting maps, reading a particular genre of articles. It can be geopolitics, it can be anything. I mean, as long as that is genuine, you can always mention that. So, authored a blog on personal finance, you have a YouTube channel, you are active on Instagram, and that is your hobby. Everything is acceptable. Pursued photography with 5 photographs published in local magazines, anything on those lines that can highlight that you're good at some other field as well. That will be a huge game changer. Mock interviews and VAT prep. So after building profile, it's not enough to just have a strong profile. Make sure that you practice speaking about your achievements and point of differences, point of similarities, anything and everything that you've prepared while building a strong profile. You're able to practice it efficiently. Prepare for common questions like why MBA, biggest achievement, get feedback from peers and mentors, and work continuously on trying to build on the profile, basic profile that you have created. Finally, this is the simple summary of steps. Focus on academics, gain work experience if possible, build extracurriculars का portfolio, get certified in relevant skills, contribute to society, NGO related activities, networking, LinkedIn, identify your uniqueness, create a strong statement of purpose, leverage hobbies as your X factor, and prepare for interview. So this is a 10-point guide. Just try and keep this checklist in front of you before you appear for any interview that am I clear? Have I done my homework? Am I going to actually rock in the interview? And once you develop this confidence by saying yes to the previous question that yes, I am ready, bring it on, then believe me, you'll do a solid job in being super confident when it comes to appearing for your actual interview. So that's it from my side. I'll leave you with an interesting quote. Uh, I sincerely wish and hope that you will do a rock solid job of preparation and would be able to deliver a strong performance when it comes to the next stage of your interview preparation. That's it. This is me, Bhushan Bapat, signing off. I'll take your leave. Ciao.